this is a fair warning that this is a horny visual novel featuring femboys, so if you're not ready for that, please get away. Huh. Looks like we're starting with Act 1. I wake up a little past 8 a.m. to find a text from Taylor, waiting for me. If you don't have any prior plans today, I'd love to take you to see one of the best beaches here on Hawaii. I'm also eager to introduce our little TTRPG campaign at any point. Just let me know. Huh. Should I hang out with Taylor today? Yeah, of course! I'd love to go to the beach with you and then maybe game afterwards. Awesome! I'll send you directions to the spot I have in mind. See you soon! Getting to Honolulu Beach takes a bit, but the drive alone was worth it. The entire ride, the fresh smell of the local coffee farms drifted in through the windows. I even stopped to grab some freshly roasted coffee at a stand on the way in. And now that I'm finally here at Honolulu, I can't help but marvel at how beautiful the black sand beach is. To say nothing of the beauty waiting here for me. Oh, God damn, Taylor! Isn't this great? We got here early enough to have our choice of prime spots. Yeah. Oh? Cat got your tongue? Or in this case, hellhound? I guess you could say that, but I am not distracted. I am not. What I don't say is how amazed I am at Taylor's confidence in that bikini. Well, maybe I'll let up just a bit. It'll be no fun if we get handsy right away. Come on, I know a great spot a little further down the beach where most folks don't go. It'll be like we have the whole place to ourselves. Taylor takes my hand in his without warning, leading me along the shoreline as a gentle breeze keeps us cool. The further we go, the less and less other beachgoers are around. Eventually, the nearest other person is a small figure in the distance. It's here that Taylor finally fans out their beach towel and opens the cooler they brought, as I do likewise. So, now that we're here, I'm curious, what brought you to Hawaii in the first place, Lion? I know you say you were looking for something new and to figure out what to do next, but why is that? I settle in next to him on my own towel and close my eyes as I try and arrange my thoughts. I figure, might as well be honest and upfront with Taylor since they've been genuine so far. I guess you could say that things back home aren't going great right now. My grandmother passed recently, and that meant I had to face some of the family I'd gone no contact with years ago. Oh. God, I'm sorry. I didn't know. My condolences for your loss. Yeah, don't worry about it. She had a nice long life and went out in peace. That's all any of us can really hope for. Plus, I was one of the only family she got along with. That made it fun when her will was being read. She left me a lot. Not enough to retire or buy a fancy sports car, but enough that I could come out here for a few weeks to clear my head. To get away from the estranged family members? Yeah, something like that. That and to think about my path in life. Without going too far into detail, I'm at a crossroads. I can either continue what I'm doing and continue to just go by, or I could take a leap of faith and switch careers entirely in the hopes it'll work out better in the long run. Well, if you want my 2 cents, would this new career be something you'd enjoy doing more than your current job? Because if so, it's better to risk the unknown than become mired down in a rut. So I take it you're a fan of the unknown then? Oh, most definitely. If you'll believe it, I'm in a similar spot to you right now. I have a really big decision to make about my own family in the near future. It'll mean risking the status quo to break into something better for everyone involved. I've always believed in taking risks and trying new things, but this particular decision has been giving me pause. I guess because it won't be just me who's affected if things go poorly. Everything else I've done in my life mostly affected just me. I'd say it's worked out for you so far. I mean, you live here. I'm just visiting. You get to experience this paradise every day. Well, just remember, the grass is always greener, Maxim. But enough about the heavy stuff. We're here to relax and have fun. Ask me a question. Anything at all. Let's go with an obvious one then. What got you into TTRPGs to begin with? Oh jeez, that's a bit of a story, but don't mind going into detail. I've always been a fan of RPGs in general. Final Fantasy, Veer, all the classics. One of my former friends suggested I try out a TTRPG they were hosting, so I thought, why not? I note you said former here. Yeah, I'll get to that. Anyway, I'll call him Dean for ease of reference. A bunch of Dean's friends and I showed up at his house and gathered around a table with dice in hand. I had no idea what I was doing, nor how to actually roleplay. But with a bit of prodding and a little liquid courage, I loosened up. Soon I was doing silly voices for my not-French board and having a blast. It didn't really matter that I was new, or that my terrible accent was, well, terrible. Dean led our group through the adventure to save the kingdom from invading undead. Similar to what you've done so far with me? Kinda. His was limited to a one-shot, though. That meant we finished everything in one session. Still, the sun was rising by the time we finished. I remember feeling so engaged and eager for more that I could hardly sleep when I got home. All sorts of ideas for my character and what-ifs raced through my mind. So naturally, when Dean hosted again, I was one of the first to show up at his doorstep. We eventually changed from doing one-shot adventures to longer-form campaigns. That silly, not-French bard of mine grew and did things I could never do in video games. It was, dare I say, an orgasmic experience. I mean, given what I've experienced so far, I can start to understand that. But I'm guessing something changed and the group fell apart? Yeah, Dean got a girlfriend, which I should qualify was a good thing because it made him happy. However, it was also a bad thing because she joined us for game night. I can't really sugarcoat it. She was awful. And not in, oh, she's new or she's playing an abrasive character way. I mean, she genuinely took over the table in an overbearing fashion. The game stopped being about my bard and his friends goofing around and getting into trouble. Instead, the game became all about Dean's girlfriend's character. We were just little pawns meant to do skill checks and fight for her. She'd get jealous and complain whenever one of us did something better than her character. Or when we wouldn't let her have yet another magic item to go with her hoarded pile of loot. And Dean, being in love, took her side more often than ours. I bet I can guess where this is going. She pulled a "it's them or me," didn't she? Yep. I forgot what started the argument, really, but we quickly stopped roleplaying, shouting to actually shout. Dean tried to mediate, but when the ultimatum came down, he chose her. That was the end of that friendship. Well, I'm surprised you stuck with the hobby after that. Yeah, just because one unchecked harpy destroyed one table didn't mean I couldn't find others. Eventually, I took up the mantle of Game Master in the hopes of sharing the happiness of my first night playing. It had its ups and downs, as with any social hobby. But overall, it's become my lifeblood. I definitely can see and hear a passion for it. Let's switch tracks. What's your favorite music genre? Oh, that's an easy one. Symphonic metal for sure, with opera right behind it. So you like it when people hit those high notes, huh? Hey! You stole my favorite trick! Really though, I try to curate 3 kinds of soundtracks. The first is when I'm relaxing, that's lower BPM and generally longer arias. The second is when I'm working, that's a bit higher BPM and something without a whole lot of vocals. The last is when I'm game mastering. You already got a taste of it last night during an in-between fight. Music can be an especially powerful tool in a GM's toolkit, but it can be a good deal of prep work. I can imagine. The ambience has definitely added to the experience so far. Then it's all worth it. I'm going to take a quick dip in the ocean. Care to join me? Sure, why not? Oh my god! Oh, he's just so cute though! Taylor takes off into the surf before beckoning me to hurry over. Oh, come on, Slowpoke. Once you get a taste of Hawaii's oceans, you'll never want to leave. I'm coming! I rushed after him, the soothing water quickly reaching up to my knees. Even just wading in like this, I can start to understand what Taylor means. Whoa, It's like all my stress and worries are being pulled away by the tide. Told ya, this kind of experience is something that you'll remember the rest of your life. Especially if I do. No, don't strip! Don't! Oh, God! He starts splashing me, using his powerful paws and even his tail to great effect. I naturally splash back as best as I can. Soon we're laughing and playing like overgrown kids. The ability to just let go and have silly fun is therapeutic beyond belief. However, Taylor doesn't seem to notice that his bathe suit is slipping. All it takes is one particularly large wave and... Oh, okay, I'm gonna need to censor that. I know. Okay, I know that this is a guy, but like his nips are... They're very nippling right now. They are nippling very hard. What's wrong? Giving up so... Oh, wait a minute! His bulge! Ah! Oh, God! Oh, you're just gonna need to see like a massive mosaic. That's all you're gonna see. What's wrong? Giving up so soon? Taylor, your suit and your penis? I point at him, blushing and trying not to stare too hard at what's on display. Oh, would you look at that? I guess I didn't tie them tight enough. Good thing I'm an exhibitionist at heart, or this would be totally embarrassing. Also, it's lucky that we're the only ones on this part of the beach. You should still cover up, my dude! You sure you don't want to keep looking at it? I do! But I don't think, like, y'all appreciate the fact that y'all are only looking at a giant mosaic. Yeah, I could start twerking and bouncing if you need extra motivation. No thanks. I'm good. Let me just fix things up then. There. Better. Much better. Much better. Thank you. Much. Then let's go grab some food on our way back to my place. Yeah, Taylor's suggestion. We stop by a particular diner for a late lunch. I grab us a boot while Taylor breaks out his wallet. I swear, his outfits must operate on hammerspace principles. Where does he keep hiding all this stuff? Wait, where did he put his wallet? Where? Do I want to know? How? How would you put it? How? In any event, he joins me with 2 big burgers stacked with toppings. 2 island-style cheeseburgers, one for you and one for me. What's on it? I see the pineapple at least. Cheese, mayo, teriyaki glaze, pulled pork, and lettuce. You won't find a better burger in all of Hawaii. I'll hold you to that. Let's see. I carefully pick up the mega-stacked burger and take a test bite. Immediately, my mouth is bombarded with an explosion of flavors that leaves me stunned. This might ruin other cheeseburgers for me. Told you it'd be good. Let's dig in while it's nice and fresh. Despite my efforts to savor every bite and go slow, the tantalizing meat is too much to resist. It is tantalizing meat! Soon, I'm left with an empty food platter but a satisfied stomach. Taylor finishes around the same time as me, having paced himself so as not to be rude. So, before we go back to my place and into more TTRPG goodness, I've got another question for you. Don't worry, should be a nice softball. Alright, hit me. I just want to do a vibe check, so there's no hurt feelings on either side. You seemed really embarrassed back at the beach and last night when I had a wardrobe malfunction. Are you perhaps not used to this sort of thing? Or are you just not interested in me that way? Yeah, I am interested. I am. I very much like, I love. Yes, I do. This is not gonna force me into saying more like wardrobe malfunctions, right? Like I'm not suddenly gonna need to like censor a whole ass dong in the middle of this recording, right? I wouldn't have to keep doing it, right? I'm interested in that. Yeah, I'm definitely interested, just not sure how to go about it. Then my advances aren't bothering you? Not really, no, that's what I'm here for. Good, then I'll keep at it. So do let me know if it gets a bit too much. You got it. Cool. Let's get out of here. I've been dying to get you back into the TTRPG all day. As Taylor gets changed, I settle onto his couch and get comfy. He returns with several books in hand before sitting across from me. Since you've successfully dealt with the skeletal worm, your character levels up. The max level for this adventure will be 5, so you're almost halfway there already. Cool! What do I get from leveling up? As a fighter, your HP and base damage both increase. For this part as mage, Shadowcoat's MP goes up alongside a slight HP bump. The real fun stuff happens at level 3, which you'll get to by the end of today's session if all goes well. You ready to begin? Yeah, let's get to it. Alright then. Wow. I do like the background for this tavern. We resume our story with you returning to the Grass Point Village Inn with Shadowcoat in tow. The innkeep happily provides you with food and mead on the house as thanks for dealing with the undead threat. As you sit down, Shadowcoat takes a long swig of his drink. They might not have much here in Grass Point, but their mead is top-notch. It was a good thing we were able to deal with the undead threat in the village. We'll be able to drink as much as we like. A satisfying reward, though something that worm said is bothering me. Oh? What might that be? Well, the whole everything will turn to ash bit for one. Have you ever heard of anything like that happening elsewhere? Not really, but if you want to look into it some more, I know the perfect people to ask about it. There's a town west of here called Amui that has a bunch of powerful magic users living nearby. If anyone would know about such a phenomenon, it would be one of them. Sounds like we have a destination in mind then. Someone's eager to keep adventuring. Well, yeah, this seems like it's a kind of a big deal and a ticking clock. I'm just surprised you're gung-ho about pursuing this. The last group I was with were just traveling from town to town like one big bar crawl. Do people actually do that in TTRPGs? Oh yeah, sometimes it's just one inn and one shop after the other. The fact that you're focusing on the plot is awesome though. I see. Well, in that case, I just want to do something if this turns out to be a real threat. I don't think I could live with myself if what the worm said comes to pass and I did nothing. Then should we hit the road as soon as we finish our meal? You set off from Grass Point Village towards Amui in the west. It will take several days' travel to get there, so there's plenty of time for you and Shadowcoat to get to know each other. So, Kibbles, I'm wondering something. How far would you be willing to go to save someone innocent? I'm curious where the line is drawn for you. I'm guessing this is another one of those backstory questions for my character? Not just backstory, but general thinking and compulsion for them as well. There's no wrong answer here, even if it might be contradictory to something you've said before. In that case... no, that is the lie. No. Ooh, Kibbles, though. Actually, Kibbles is a bit of an asshole. like Kibbles will only do it if Kibbles gets paid. I'm being so for real, yeah. I suppose it comes down to how much I'm paid to care. The classic mercenary angle. So, I do wonder at what point money stops being a motivator. Yeah, what about you, Shadowcoat? Where's your line? Oh, that's an easy one. I want to be remembered. Not in, like, a vain way, though. I just want to make a difference in someone's life. Doesn't matter if they never know my name or why I saved them. I'm happy being a notable nobody if it means even one more ordinary person gets to live. I say that because I believe that even someone ordinary can go on to change the world in unfathomable ways. That's surprisingly deep of you. You've given me something to think about. I aim to please. Not 2 seconds after Shadowcoat says that, an arrow embeds itself into a nearby smoldering trunk. It looks like you've run into some bandits. 3, in fact. They emerge from behind the trees with bows drawn. Well. What do we have here? A kid and their pet dog. Why'd you hand over some of your coin and gear, and no one has to get hurt? Can I try and convince these guys to leave us alone somehow? Sure, go for it. Looks like a 17. That's enough to pass. You give a convincing argument to the bandits to let you go unharmed. Nice one, Kibbles. You continue onwards through the forest, emboldened by your handling of the bandits. Everything's fine until you hear a noise so terrifying that it chills you to the bone. Taylor makes an adorable, high-pitched pume noise, completely catching me off guard. Pume! The hell is that? That was something so foul and so deadly that we'd best turn around and run before it's too late. Wait, what do you mean? Doesn't sound bad to me. Just then, a cat-sized white puffball with 4 feet and a cute, unassuming face rolls into your path. Crap, it's too late. What? Is the thing we need to worry about after the big tuft of fur? No, it is that big tuft of fur. Just look at his bloodthirsty stare. What the shit? Unless I'm imagining the wrong thing, this doesn't seem so bad. Just then, a deer goes sprinting away from the creature from behind the bush. The creature, the pume, lunges with blinding speed and latches onto the deer's neck with sharp fangs. The deer's form begins to lose its rigidity as the pume seems to be liquefying and drinking it from the inside out. Oh fuck. Okay, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe it's just one pume. Pew pew! Oh god, there's 3! Well, don't just stand there. Help me kill these things. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna spam attack. Pume 1. I attack pume 1. I rolled a 7. My attack missed! Time for magic missile. Oh, nice! Shadowcoat's second missile hits Pume 1 with enough force to put them down. Shadowcoat's third missile strikes Pume 1's lifeless body. Oh shit! Pume 2 lunges at Kibbles. Luckily, the Pume's attack misses. Pume 3 lunges at Kibbles. Unfortunately, Pume 3 latches onto Kibbles and starts slurping their— My bones! My bones! I attack Pume 2! My attack is missing! Time for magic missile. God, no fair, magic missile always hits! Shadowcoat's first missile strikes Pume 2 for 2 damage. The second missile hits Pume 2 with enough force to put them down. Third strike, it strikes the Pume's lifeless body. No, my bones! My bones! I attack the Pume! 16, let's go! With that attack, you managed to slay Pume 3. Congrats, you've slain all the enemies. As the last Pume falls, you're left panting from the sudden combat. That was tough. We should probably rest a bit once we get away from here. Agreed. No sense traveling when it's dark anyways. I do get to heal, right? Oh god, yes! Oh, I needed a short rest. You managed to get a few hours down the road and out of the Amber Forest by the time the sun has set. You happen upon a clearing with 2 tents and a campfire going. That looks more than 2 tents though. Before you can hide, though, the 2 women there beckon you over with a smile. One is shorter and wearing full plate armor, while the other is wearing witch's gear. Both women have pointed ears and only 4 fingers to a hand, rather than the usual 5. No use hiding! Come! You might as well join our camp for the night. Do you think it's safe, Shadow? I think we'll be okay hanging out with them. Not every person on the road is an opportunist. Alright, we'll join your camp. You and Shadow move into the firelight and introduce yourselves. The women do likewise. I am Sienna, and the shorty is Myra. Where are you 2 headed? We're headed for Amui for an important quest, just fresh from Grass Point. Oh? Myra and I just came from Amui. We're delivering a fresh batch of potions to Lord Gabriel just north of Grass Point. You picked an interesting time to do it. Shadowin and I had to deal with some undead around the area. Is that so? I'd love to hear a campfire story about you dealing with those undead. Well, where to begin? About that, how much are you going to tell these two? Are you going to limit your tale to just how you dealt with the worm? Or will you explain everything, including what the worm claimed would come to pass? Huh. Ooh, I feel like... Wait, actually, you know, it might be a good idea to give the full story. Maybe. I might be wrong. Yeah, I'll tell him everything. In that case, the two women listen to your story intently. Shadow adds a few details here and there, but doesn't reveal anything before you do. Quite the story. To think that something like that could be happening. Now, I understand why you want to go to Amui. If anyone knows how to help you, it's the people there. Is there anyone in Amui that would be more likely to help us if we went to them first? You might try Sage Raxar. He's the expert on natural energies and the creatures in the area. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Should we take turns on watch duty tonight? I'll stay up first so you can rest. Then we'll do likewise. I'll be up first, then I'll swap with Myra when you two do. Sounds like a plan. The rest of the night passes uneventfully, even during your watch period. You say your goodbyes to Sienna and Myra in the morning, setting out for Amui once more. The good news is that the rest of your journey is uneventful. You finally arrive at Amui as the light snow begins to fall. The hamlet is right on the border of a massive frozen lake that's surrounded by towering mountains. Smoke rises from the stone hut's chimneys while you make your way to the village square. Whoa, this place is more beautiful in person. This your first time here then? Yep, but I've heard plenty of stories. Now, let's see. Shadowcoat looks around the small town. We should split up to see if anyone knows more about the skeletal worm. Failing that, we could always seek out Sage Raxar. Why not try them first? Mostly because powerful wizards like that tend to want something in return for their knowledge. I don't know about you, but I'd rather not rack up a bunch of debts if we can help it. Fair. Meet back here in an hour? Sure. So yeah, I guess I go door to door in search of someone that might have answers. Go ahead and roll to find out if there's anyone willing to help. A 14, so enough to pass? Nice. You definitely find someone who can help you then. I cannot say I've looked too much into this wasting phenomenon you speak of. However, now that you've laid bare its effects, they are rather hard to ignore. I shall have to consult my fellows to see what can be done about this. In the meantime, you may wish to seek out Vessi the Covetous. She's a dragon who's said to have a crystal of life in her hoard. Any magic item with such a name may be invaluable in the days to come. I see. And where do I find this Vessi? She's located across the frozen lake and within the mountains. But be warned, her lair is full of traps and kobolds. Yeah, I'll figure something out. Can you mark the lair's location on a map for me? Certainly. Here you are. Thanks. Wait, oh, thank God. I thought I was going alone. An hour later, Shadowcoat returns to the village square to meet you. Any luck, Kibbles? Yeah, we just need to go talk to Vessi the Covetous in her lair across the lake. Nice. Traversing the lake will be tricky, but we'll figure something out. You find the entrance to Vessi's lair, tucked away in a small valley between two mountain peaks. After recuperating a bit from all your travels, you head inside. The walls and floor are coated with a thin layer of dust, as if no one's come through here in a long time. And yet, the torches and candles on the wall look fresh and well kept. Something's not right here. So you noticed it too? Yeah, someone has been taking care of the light fixtures, unless it's all an illusion. An illusion would account for the lack of disturbances in the layer of dust. Can I make some kind of roll to try and see through the illusion if it's one? Sure, go ahead and roll. Ah, not one! In that case, nothing seems out of ordinary for you. If there is an illusion, it's powerful enough to elude your perception. Damn. Well, then guess we'll have to proceed carefully. You and Shadow press on, staying alert for anything dangerous. As you round the corner, you see there's an antechamber with a chest inside. Also, I'm gonna need to ask, I'm not the only one who's, distracted by his bulge, right? I can't be the only one, especially when it's right there in the text box. Oh, God. As you round the corner, you see there's an antechamber with a chest inside. Nice. Free loot. Hold on. This could be a trap. Oh, yeah. Good point. Still. I will check it out. Fine. I'll go check it out. Anything weird about the chest as I approach? Make a roll. Looks like a 13. In that case, you're absolutely sure that this chest is trapped in some way. It's too perfectly situated, and the lid is slightly ajar already. We are leaving it alone. It's definitely a trap, Shadow. Ooh, then we should definitely leave it alone. The deeper you head into the dungeon, the more signs of life you see. There's small reptilian footprints, scratch marks, ashen spots where campfires were, the works. Eventually it culminates in 6 small humanoid reptiles leaping out of the darkness with spears. Are these the kobolds then? Yep, they're the typical kobold thing of defending their dungeon master. Alright, let's get to it. Oh, shit! 6? I attack! 1? I rolled a 4! My attack misses! Shadowcoat attacks Cobalt 1. Unfortunately, we missed! How? Tries to attack Kibbles. Miss. Thank God I attack Cobalt 1. 20! I do double damage to... It's too much. It's too much damage. With that mighty blow, Cobalt 1 falls. Okay, nice. Okay, the second Cobalt dies. Misses. Good. I attack Cobalt 3. Okay, I've slain Cobalt 3. Okay. Yes! 2 left. Okay, misses. Good. Attack Cobalt 5. Okay, slain. Okay. Nice. You blew a spell slot for that though. Okay. Congrats. You've slain all the enemies. As the last Cobalt goes still, you're left in silence. We should press on to Vessi before more Kobolds show up. No arguments here. The steady rise and fall of the great beast breathing meets your ears before you see Vessi proper. She's a resplendent red dragon, easily twice the size of the skeletal worm even when curled up. Right now, she's asleep on top of her hoard, a collection of gold and magical items. One of her eyes opens as you approach, look at you in boredom. The exit's back to where you came, adventurers. You will find no treasure for you here. Leave now, and you get to keep living. Be thankful I'm not killing you on the spot for getting rid of my Cobalt servants. They weren't exactly in a talkative mood, or I would have tried diplomacy. Kobolds are rather simple creatures. There's a reason their average lifespan is 11 days! I'm pretty sure they live for much longer. What is it you want? I'm not in the habit of making deals. We've come to you in search of a crystal of life. And what do you need the crystal for? I guess I better try and sound cool while I tell her the reason. There's a terrible wasting phenomena affecting the world, accelerating us all towards the end. That crystal is part of a solution to restart the production of life energy. Without it, I fear we will all pay the price sooner rather than later. Vessi, weighs your words. Go ahead and do a roll. This one's important. Oh, man, of all times to roll a nat 1. This is the worst. Oof. In that case, Vessi snarls, jealously clutching a horde and preparing to attack. Oh, shit. I attack. Yeah, I rolled a 9. You attempt to attack Vessi the Covetous, but your attack misses. Please! Yeah, okay. Respectable damage, respectable. Okay, the shadow count! No! I attack! Vessi! 16 for damage. Please hit. Oh god, they're left wide open. Shadowcoat's eyes blaze brightly as they launch a second attack using their secret ability. Shadowcoat attacks Vessi the Covetous. Manages to hit Vessi for 3 damage. Please hit me! Vessi draws in a great breath as she prepares to breathe fire. Oh shit, defend. I'll take up defensive stance for now. Hopefully they'll keep me safer for a turn. Please. Time to bunker down and prep for the incoming attack. I'll defend. Shadowcoat's eyes blaze brightly as they launch a second attack using their secret ability. Okay, attacks Vessi the Covetous. Shadowcoat misses! Vessi unleashes their fire breath, scorching the stone in flames. The fire washes over Kibble, only dealing 2 damage thanks to you defending. Oh god, the Shadowcoat! The blow is enough to knock out Shadowcoat. Shit! I hit Vessi! I am cooked! Okay, I attack Vessi. Ah, come on! Oh, please, my health. 13. Okay, you miss. Please, that no! Oh god. 8. No! I'm dead! The blow is enough to knock you unconscious. Everything goes dark. Whoa, Vessi was super challenging. I guess dragons really are bosses for a reason. So what happens now? That's a good question. Vessi isn't the type to go out of her way to kill someone. Still, I will have to think about how to continue the adventure overnight. Let's call things here for the evening. So, what do you think? That was really fun. I think I'm really starting to get into the story and mechanics. That's what I like to hear. Now, wow, God, the penis! Oh, no! After a brief shower to wash all the musky sex of ourselves, Taylor and I collapse into the bed. He pulls my head to his chest, hugging me tightly as I do likewise. Our legs intertwine as well, his soft fur delightful against my bare skin. So, feel like coming back tomorrow for more? You'd have to beat me up with a stick to keep me away. I don't have a stick, but I do have a very large tentacle dildo hidden away. I knew he has bad dragon! Really, I'm just glad you seem to be enjoying both me and my game. It's been a long time since I met someone who liked both. Huh? So usually it's only one or the other for you. Yeah, usually only my mind or my body gets stimulated, but with you, it's both. Happy to be the complete package then. We sit in silence, listening to each other breathing as we start to drift off to sleep. Good night, Lion. Good night, my hellhound. And that's the end of Act 1. Damn. Anyway, that was the end of Act 1 of Hell in the Sheets. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. We will be back once more of the game has been released. Like, I'll be honest, this game is really hot. I had to cut out like a very specific scene. Y'all know what scene it is. But if you guys do want to see that, it's gonna be on the Patreon. Link to that is in the comments. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.